Now I'm pushing record. We're going to stand up. We'll get started standing. So just toes, heels together. Take a nice deep breath up. And then exhale. A couple more of those. Try to stretch as tall as you can. We just want to really get going this morning. I know it's hard, but it's the best way. Once you get that blood pumping, we wake up a lot faster. So just go into a squat. We're just going to touch down. I'm going to separate my feet just a little bit. And again, you just reach as low as you're comfortable. You might go all the way to the floor, or you might stay just a little bit higher. Good. So we'll just do 4 more of those. And 3, and 2, and 1. Good. We're going to step out to the side and just a lunge, and then back to the center squat, out to the side and lunge. So while we're going through this warm-up movement, let me talk to you about your core. Core is much more than abdominals. Sometimes we think abs, but core is actually any muscle that runs around the torso. So that would be the abs, but it's also going to be your back muscles, your hip flexors, and anything that attaches into the pelvis. So we've got hamstrings, and of course, the abs, the obliques that are off to the side. Good, we'll do a few more of those. So the exercises that we're gonna do today are gonna target all of those muscles that wrap around the spine. So the front and the back and the side. Give me 1 more each way. Should feel the heart rate coming up here. Nice. And hold, just roll the shoulders back. I'm just gonna go into knee lifts. So while we're going into the knee lifts, I want you to think about your abdominals, so the front. You can place a hand here, and I want you to pull your abs into your spine. You've heard me say that before, but as you pull the abs in, it engages. It just tightens everything. So you can try the knee lifts just loose. So just let everything go. Don't think about it. Just lifting the knees. And then think about it. Tighten everything up. You'll slow down and just lift the knee with the abs, with the torso. It's going to feel a little bit different. It's going to feel stronger. You're working the muscles from the inside, the deep internal ones, rather than just the big global muscles. So we'll just add some arms here. So one way to ensure that you are doing just the core is that your body is very still. If you're like going side to side, you're a little funky, loose. So lots of big global muscles, but the deep internal ones are going to keep you very steady, very stabilized. Let's add a little twist into that. So again, try not to release what's going on deep. Really think about it. And adding that little twist. So adding in the obliques side to side. Good. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale all the way down. 1 more deep breath in. And 1 more time. All right. From here, hands on the thighs, we're just going to do a hip hinge. So hip hinge, notice my back looks like a bit of a ski jump. So rather than a bump, it's a slope that you can then take off from the tailbone. So back's nice and straight, and then just stand up. So a hinge, and then up. And notice that the knees are also soft. Okay, we're not keeping the legs straight. We want a little bit of a bend there. The goal is to keep the chest up and the tailbone up. So look forward. Good. Hands in front. Option 1. Hands behind your head. Option 2. That's going to make it a little bit tougher. Inhale as you come down. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Good. So it's a bit of a deadlift, waking up the hamstrings, that pull on the pelvis. You're also working the erector spinae, stabilizing the back. So finding strength in the core from the back. If you want to make it a little tougher, hands extend all the way out. Okay, 2 more of those. Keep breathing. We never hold our breath. Good. All right. Come on back up. We're going to go right out into plank walk. So we're warm. Let's go into that hinge. This time we're going to find the floor, walk all the way out to plank, hold it. Now plank is a really good position to feel the abs lifting up like we talked about. Now you can drop to the knees if you need to, because planks can be challenging. So from here, just feel the belly pulling up towards the ceiling. And then give yourself a Kegel squeeze. So just tighten the pelvic floor. Good. So from plank, I'm going to drop the right knee just to barely touch, and then the left knee just to barely touch. Now we want to make sure the hips are stable. So rather than rocking from side to side, the core has to engage to keep everything tight. So drop the knee, but we're not shifting the hips. Good. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Good. Hold the plank. Make sure the bum's not up. That's your body trying to make it easier. And make sure the bum's not down. Again, body trying to make it easier. So nice, solid, straight line. Walk the hands back. We're going to inhale, come up. And then drive a knee, and forward fold. Do it again. Walk out. Find the plank. Shoulders over the wrist. Starfish the fingers. Drop the right knee. Don't touch the floor. Just drop it slightly. Walk the hands back up. Good. Total body work there. Come on up. And then drive the knee and drive the knee. Okay, do it again. Now, as we drive that knee, I'll show you. I'll back up a little bit. So holding the plank, we got the knee touches, pull the belly up to the spine. Good. Walk back in. And then the knee drive, I want you to cross the elbow to the opposite knee. Good. Do it one more time each way. Cross, cross. Perfect. Here we go. Walk it out. We got 2 more of these. Knee drop, hips not going anywhere. Walk the hands in. So you're getting some flexibility there. You're getting some spine strength there. And then obliques. So we've got the full core deal just with this exercise right here. Here we go. Fold. Feel the hamstring stretch. Lengthening the spine. Alternating those knee drops. Good. Walking the hands back in. Take your time. Feel the core have to engage. Come on up and cross the knee. Cross the knee. I got a little wobbly there. That's because my core let go. All right, walk it out. This time we're going to hold this one and we're going to drop to our elbow and then drop the right knee. And then rotate to look at your left side. Shoulder over elbow, hands going to extend. Now dropping the knee a little bit easier, extending the leg a little bit harder. From here, you're just going to hug under for 4 and then stretch back up. So obliques, drop the knee to make it easier. 3, stretch. 2, stretch. You're feeling the oblique twist. Lift and hold for 4, 3, 2. Turn back to the mat. Back to plank, and then walk it all the way back up. Whew, nicely done. Give me that knee cross. Here we go. Cross, crunch. So this is abdominal work, standing. Okay, whoops, wobble again. Here we go. Down to the floor, walk it out. Drop to the elbows. Okay, so nice strong plank here. Now, drop the left knee. You're going to turn to the other side. And then same thing here, sisters. Here we go. Stretch the hand up. Shoulder over the wrist. And then we tuck under. And stretch back up. Lifting the bottom knee off. If you want more of a challenge, we're going to feel the obliques here either way. Good. 1 more of those. Tuck it under, tuck it under. Stretch it up. Okay, find the floor. Roll back to that plank, lifting back up onto the hands, and then walk yourself back up. Good. Getting up and down off the floor is a workout. Cross the knee, cross the knee, cross the knee. Good. Okay, let's do it again. Find the floor. Walk out to plank. Right here. Drop the elbow. Rotate to our first side. Hold. Now, option, you can tuck under, or you can lift the top leg and crunch the knee in. All right, options. They're all options. Choose the one that is challenging for you. Give it a try. You can always go back and just hold this side hover. Abs are working. Good. One more. Crunch it in, crunch it in, crunch it in, crunch it in. Nice. We're going to roll back to the mat. Find that plank. Walk it in. That's getting the heart rate up. Come on up. Give me those cross knees. How stable can you be right here? Nice. Here we go. Find the floor. Walk it out. We're going to drop down to that elbow. The knee rotate to the other side. Option to tuck under, or you've got that knee to elbow crunch in that side plank position. Elbow and knee try to touch. They don't have to. Do your best. One more, one more. Beautiful. Walk back to the mat. Find the plank and walk it up. Good. Okay. Here we go. Little cross. Cross. All right. Come on down. Walk it out. Come to that plank position. This time, just hold. Knees or toes. Widen the toes just a little bit. Feel the core. Lift the belly. Now, the goal is to not move, but we're going to tap the opposite shoulder. Tap the opposite shoulder. Tap the opposite shoulder. Now you're really feeling that core act like it's supposed to. It acts as a belt, stabilizer. This solid, massive muscle that is just tight around our torso. And when the core is engaged, it protects the spine. Good. We've got 6, 5. As you get tired, as the core starts to get tired, you're going to want to shift the hips. And that's okay. Just be aware of it and try to keep them still. One more each side. Woo. And go ahead and walk it back in. Woo. Come on up. Here we go. Crunch, crunch. Now, is that working? Are you feeling this one? That should be pretty strong. Here we go. Come on down. Walk out to the floor. Hands are wide. We're just going to do 6 shoulder taps. Now we're starting to fatigue there. So hips are wanting to move. Now, adding in a little bit of a cardio push, you're going to pop your feet just wider than your hands and just lift up and just smile for me. Hands back down. You can step or jump back out. Okay, tap, tap, tap. One more. Then jump the feet in. Engage, lift the pelvic floor into the squat. Here we go. Out you go. Tap the shoulders. Jump the feet in. Give me the little smile. Do it again. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Jump the feet in. Holding that squat. Good. One more. Tap, 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 tap. Jump the feet in. Nice. Back out and lower all the way to the floor. Woo! Nice work. Okay. Take a little breather there. Going into now a back extension. One of the greatest things that you can do for your core is to work the back specifically. Hands out wide. Toes are going to touch the floor. And as you exhale, you're just going to lift the spine and then lower. Now be careful here because everyone is going to have their own range through the spine. So you can push gently into the hands. but it would be better to actually take the hands off the floor. So go ahead and lift. You'll notice I can't lift as high as soon as I don't have the hands helping me. So exhale to lift and then lower. Exhale to lift. Good. 2 more with toes on the ground. Good. Now this time, lift the toes as well. So exhale to lift. Beautiful. Exhale to lift. 2 more. Exhale to lift. Last one. Nice. Hands under the shoulders. Curl the toes from the knees or lift the knees. And you're just going to push all the way back up. Drop the knees. Take a little stretch back to lengthen the spine. We're going to do that set one more time. Okay, here we go. Come on forward. Come down to the mat any way that you would like. Extend the hands and the toes. Going right into hands and toes together. If you want a little bigger challenge, extend the hands out in front. Here we go. On the exhale, you're going to lift. And then inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. 4 more of those. Last 4. So these ones are not fast. They're controlled. Feel your belly. Try to pull off the floor. Try to lift everything off the floor. Good. 1 more. And hold it down. Good. Hands extended in front, palms down. You're going to lift right hand, left toe, and then drop. Now switch. Left hand, right toe, and switch. So a little bit of a Superman. Keep alternating. Alternating. So now you're working the erector spinae muscles, the back muscles, ipsilaterally. Good. A little bit of a cross there. Now, for a little bit of a challenge, you can speed it up, or you can not quite touch the floor, and then just alternate. Keep the belly lifted. You're going to feel this one right away. Let's try to go for 4, 3, 2. You got this. You got this. And 1. Woo. We all did that one together. Okay, hands right here. Toes or knees. Come all the way up. And then push back child's pose. Just extend through the spine. Nice. Good. All right. Come on up. You're going to swing your feet around to the front into a little bit of a seated position. Okay, move the insulation out of the way. Move the glute muscle out of the way so you can feel your sit bones. And then just a knee bent, hands behind. Sit up nice and tall. So right here, as you tighten the abdominals, you can feel the abs engage. You want to feel it here and not in your hip flexors. So if you feel your hips, if you feel those hip muscles taking over, then make sure you put your hands behind for support and try to bring it back into the abs, okay? Just nice deep breath in. We're going to exhale, round the spine, just halfway. And then you're going to inhale, lift the chest up. Good, so exhale is like scooping. And then inhale, lift back up nice and tall. Good. So again, just feel what's happening in the hip flexors. When the abdominals, when the muscles in the abs are weak, the leg muscles, the hip flexors are going to try to take over. You can put your hands here. You can feel they're quite strong. They like to pop right out. So this is just a good practice using the breath and then the hands underneath the thighs to help to try to get all that energy from the hip flexors into the abs. Okay. And if you're feeling that the abs are pretty engaged, then you just take the hands away. Of course, the higher the hands, then the more challenging it's going to be. All right, so scoop, you're actually rounding the back, and then you're coming up nice and tall. Good, 2 more of those. Exhale. Now, if you can't place your hands behind your head, do, or keep them here as needed. All right, this time we're gonna stay down, and we're just gonna stay down. So if the abs are engaged, what do you feel is happening? it actually is going to start to feel like this. It's going to feel like a little bit of an earthquake. You start to shake. That's good. That means that you found those abs. Now place your hand on your belly and just make sure they're not popping out. You want to pull them in. And then if the hip flexors take over, you're going to come up and take a break. All right, but stay down as long as you can. The shaking's okay. And we're going to take that right elbow and just cross over to the left knee. Now we're not sitting back up. We're staying down, but we're going to cross and then stay down. But if you need the break, come up or just continue side to side. So adding in that oblique twist, but we're already holding an isometric contraction to strengthen those deep internal muscles that run along the spine. Use your breath. Good. Let's do 4 more. That's 4. If you're not feeling this, something hasn't engaged. So you can practice again tomorrow. Good. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. Just lift the knees off for 8, 7, 6. Are you shaking? I'm shaking for 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab those legs and extend them forward. Sit nice and tall. Woo. Go ahead and just lean forward. Taking a little bit of a stretch. You want the chest to pull to the toes. So we're not just flopping down onto our thighs, just to get some length in the spine. Good. Beautiful. Okay, from here, hands behind the knees if needed, or we're simply going to roll all the way back. The slower you go, the more the abs have to engage. So try not to touch the floor quickly. Good. And then as you exhale, you need to grab a knee to help lift you. We come right back up to seated position. So lower down slow with your breath. Do not hold your breath. And then sit all the way up. Use the leg, grab the knee behind you if you need to. Come all the way down. And then exhale, come on up. To make this a little bit harder, if you're not having to use your leg to help you, then your hands are in front. And the further the hands are in front, the easier it is. So if you want to make it more challenging, keep the fingertips up to the ceiling the entire time. And that's going to increase the workload. Good. 3 more. Flex your toes back. Try to keep the heels of your foot on the ground. That can be tricky, I know. And 1 more. Come all the way up. And yes, come all the way down. Okay, take a stretch. Now you've noticed that we haven't done any crunches in this core workout, because the best way to work your core is actually through active movement, full ranges of motion, and not just crunching. But let's add in a little bit of a bicycle here. So I'm going to have you sit up 1 more time as soon as you're ready. Nice deep breath, exhale, come on up. Hands behind your head. We've been here before, but rather than rounding the spine, we're going to try to keep it straight. It's going to be hard. Be prepared. And just bend the knees and sit into that little bit of a V. And we're going to go back into this little knee twist. We've been here before. The higher the chest stays up, the easier it's going to be. So lean back a little bit, because I know you want a challenge. And then don't touch the floor with your heels. And we're just going to twist. Now your core's got to do the work here. This isn't the big leg muscles. This is your core. Let's try. Now if you need to go up higher, that's okay. Choose the best option for you. We're not here to hurt our backs. We're here to protect and support our backs by strengthening our core. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Grab those legs nicely done. Now we're going to roll like a ball. If you're on a hard floor, be careful, okay? This might be something that you do not do if it's just a hard floor for you. But we're just going to roll down the spine and then back up into a V. Okay, roll down and then up and stop. So we have some momentum, but then we're learning to stop. And so that engages the core. The core has to actively fire to stop us from the momentum. Good. Let's do one more. A roll and come back. Nice. All right. Give yourself a nice little hug there. I think we got, how much more? We got 4 more minutes. So let's roll ourselves all the way down onto the floor. So hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Woo. And this is a nice place to be right here if you want to take a little bit of a longer break, or we're going to extend the legs to the ceiling, flex the toes. Now, you can bend the knees a little bit. That is okay to do. If the hamstrings are feeling tight, we want the back on the floor rather than an arch in the back. So push all your spine down into the floor. And then from here, we're just going to lower the right heel, just hover over the floor, and then lift back to center and then switch. So it's a single leg hover and switch. So you're getting a hamstring stretch here, but the core is also working. If you'd like to fire the abs a little bit more, just lift the head, neck, and shoulders into a little bit of a crunch, but we're going to hold it as the legs keep moving. Now keep the elbows out and push your head into your hands rather than yanking your neck, yanking your head off of your neck. Good. So a little bit of a Pilates twist to this. So if you need to keep your hands behind your head, do, or you can stretch the opposite arm to the opposite leg as it comes up. So it's a little Pfeiffer twist right out of P90X, which I love. Just do your best. I forget the rest. So Pfeiffer twist. Now remember, you can bend the knees, right? Bent knees, a little bit easier. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just tuck everything in. Take a little break. Good. Feet on the floor. Roll the shoulder blades back, hands on the floor, palms down, and lift the hips up into a bridge. Okay, palms on the floor. Squeeze the knees towards each other. They don't have to touch. But from here, we're just going to march. So remember those knee lifts that we did at the start? Same thing right here. So you're going to lift the left knee up and then put it down. And lift the right knee up and put it down. And keep the hips up. Here we go. It's just a knee lift. Now, right here, you're like, whoa. We're using glutes, hamstrings, plus the core. Go ahead and put your fingers on your abs and just feel. Just feel those deep, deep muscles. You can feel them firing. Good. Well, I have certainly worked up a bit of a sweat here. We have 8 more. Then you're all done. Last 8. 7, 6. You can take your hands off the floor if you need to. Make it a little tougher. 3, 2. Make sure you're even there. Lift the hips up one more time, big, 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 and then lower down and tuck the knees into your chest. A little bit of a rock side to side. Nice deep breath in. The hard work's done. Fantastic job this morning. I hope you felt some muscles. Hope you felt some sweat. All right, go ahead and roll yourself up, or you can also just roll to the side and lift yourself up that way. Good. Just roll the shoulders back. And just here, seated position, whichever leg naturally goes in front, switch it. Just to make our bodies think a little bit. And then just right here, hand on your belly. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull your belly away from your hand. Just a little bit, just like 5%, 10%. But then keep it there. Good, nice deep breath. Pull the belly away from the hand. And then keep that, but also lift the pelvic floor. So a kegel, squeeze. Just squeeze the pelvic floor as if you are trying to stop When you go pee, you just stop the flow, just squeeze and hold. So you're pulling the belly in and you're pulling the pelvic floor up. And then just lift the crown of your head nice and tall. And that's a core engagement. And this is something that we can keep always, even when we're not moving. And of course, the real key is to keep that core engagement through movement. And that will always protect our spine and help us to maintain good posture and to make our movements very effective when we exercise and move. All right, we're out of time. Give me your hands to heart center, nice deep breath in. And as always, we'll just finish with a little namaste, which means thank you for sharing your spirit with me and with everyone that's here. Namaste. Nicely done, sisters. Hope you enjoyed those core exercises. If you have any questions or questions about any of the exercises or anything like that, go ahead and stay on and we can chat for a second. Have yourselves a wonderful Tuesday. You are the best. Love you so much. Jesus loves you. See you soon.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Love you.